Welcome to Policy and Profit, the podcast for ambitious insurance agents and agency owners who are looking to build predictable, profitable businesses without chasing bad leads or begging for referrals. And did you know the average insurance agent only makes a measly $52,000 a year, and over 90% give up in their first year? The top 1% doing anything with their license are making 5 to 10 times as much selling the exact same policies. And it's not luck, it's leverage, which is why they're earning anywhere between $150,000 and $500,000 a year. The secret is they're following a system to generate fresh hot leads, book appointments, and close policies like clockwork. I've put together a no-cost blueprint just for that system that shows you how to add $5,000 to $15,000 in additional monthly income in under 90 days, guaranteed that you can access for free. Just go to writemorepolicies.com/blueprint or click the link in the description. Today's guest is Travis Wesley. He retired from the Army in 2023, and now he assists in transitioning service members with securing a commercial life insurance policy to avoid the costly veterans group life insurance. So, Travis, welcome to the show. Tell me something you believe is the key to succeeding in insurance sales that most agents completely overlook.
Hey Mason, thanks for having me. I think everybody needs to figure out kind of like what type of life insurance, or even if you're doing health, Medicare, whatever it is, like what is best suited for your background, your history, your niche, essentially. And because there's something that's going to be easier for everybody. And for me, it was like at first I was like hitting up people who I went to high school with, and I was hitting up friends and family, and it was just kind of like nothing was happening. And it was like, I'm like, what am I doing? I just got retired out of the military. I should be, helping transition service members. And as soon as I did that, it started to click and I started to progress. So yeah, I think everybody just there's something that's gonna be a little bit easier for you. I know a lot of people just go buy leads and go for it. And yeah, like you could do that, but or you could do it and follow your niche. But I think everybody's got a niche, a particular based off their history that's going to suit them best and how they can best help people and find that and you'll be better off.
And what were some of the things that happened for you when you stopped following industry norm, so to speak, when everyone else was zigging, you decided to zag, and it sounds like it paid off. So what were some of the benefits of that? Because I can't stand buy more leads, smile and dial, or as my buddy David Denning says, frown and drown. It, it it's a very sad thing
Yeah.
because those people don't have the salesmanship required to take a complete stranger through a sales process, build no like and trust rapport, and establish the urgency required to make a sale, the need for agreement to make a sale. And most people, they're just going to read from a script and a monotonous thing. And here's the funny thing about scripts, Travis. There's a script to fly an airplane. And if I gave that to you, it has the checklist like power up the APU, the auxiliary power unit. That's the same script any pilot uses before he takes off. And so technically, if I gave you that script, you could fly a plane. But if I gave you that script and said, "Here, get us all home, Travis," how comfortable are you with that script?
Not at all.
Exactly. And it's like when people give these scripts to people who are socially awkward, it's just how well do you think it's it's not. And so until you develop some salesmanship, leads are really never going to be the option. You need to go find people who already know, like, and trust you enough to listen to what you're saying to some degree. And so I'm really glad you're bringing this up. It's a conversation I had with some new agents last night, hanging out with Joe Campert and his team at the 8% little hangout party. So,
Mhm.
what were some of the things you unlocked when you kind of started helping service members transition?
Well, first, before I did that, I actually bought leads. I did
How'd that
like
work?
just so I didn't know the difference. I thought like cheap leads, like if you were to get $50 50 leads for like 75 bucks or whatever, I didn't know that they were like aged like a year or maybe more than that. I had no idea. I like age leads. What is that? So I was calling and I noticed right away because I'm actually used to be an army recruiter. I retired out of recruiting in the army, so I've put in my share of phone time. So I'm definitely not new to phones and like cold calling. So I noticed right away that if I paid for it, I was more tense. And I was more like, oh my God, I gotta make a sale. I gotta make a sale. But I don't want to like waste my money. I don't want to waste my money. And it just wasn't nothing happened with it. And then I did it like 2 or 3 times, maybe $500 total. So not much. I didn't give him much of a, I didn't really go down that avenue very far. So it could work. I'm not saying it doesn't, but for me, I was very kind of like, it was very like a pressure packed environment because I was like, oh crap, I paid for this. I need to make sure I get my money's worth. And yeah, so it definitely didn't go that well.
That's interesting. I know a lot of the people that buy leads, they're scared to. They think they're taking money from someone or that customers can't afford it. Let me just let me just be real with you guys. Those same people that tell you they don't have money, that your uplines tell you they don't have money, or that all elite is elite is elite. Sure, that's great, but all leads are not created equally. Someone who opted in for a quote on a solar system does not give a single solitary FUCK bleep about insurance. Uh, uh, right? Travis, I have some shoes for sale. You want to buy? It's just there's no need. There's no intent.
Yeah.
There's no buyer intent. There was never a hand raise that says, "Tell me more. What do you got? I need help."
Yeah.
Uh, and then this whole I'm a taker thing because they don't have money. That's not true because Travis, you and I see the same dumbasses out in Walmart fighting over a Nintendo Switch that's the same price as it was, just because it's Black Friday, they're willing to like kick little kids, me included, like, no, it's my deal. And like it's like the Sparta kick, this is Walmart. So like
Yeah.
those same people will go blow all their money on Black Friday and then say they don't have money for life insurance, health insurance. It doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
don't believe the lies. And then this ties into what you were saying before we had started. Something I know you're really passionate about is sharing your story. So I'd love for the audience to hear that because I think it's unique.
So yeah, as I was retiring out of the military, I had and when you retire out, you meet with a retirement services coordinator, and it explains different things that you need to know before you retire. And he explained to me veterans group life insurance. And I don't know if you've ever looked at those rates, but by the age from like age 45 to age 80, it costs like $300,000 plus in that time frame. So they could easily do a 30, 35-year policy, as you know, 70, $80,000 for that time period. So yeah, it's not a good option. So I met with him and he explained to me, and I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. And then, no lie, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, I hopped on LinkedIn. First time getting on LinkedIn to, put my resume out there, apply for jobs. And I wasn't even thinking about life insurance at all. New York Life found me, and I didn't end up going with New York Life, but they found me and they're like, "Hey, would you like to come in for an interview?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?
You
I'll think about it."
dodged the bullet there.
Hey, I was like, "All right, I know nothing about life insurance or the industry or nothing," so I was like, "I'll just give it a whirl." And then they were like, "Hey, yeah, we'll take you on, and like you retire in a couple months." So I was like, "Oh, cool." No lie, about 3 to 4 weeks after that, my dad passed away, and life insurance came in and took care of everything. So I went from Veterans Group life insurance. Holy crap, that's expensive when you get after age 60. I'm not doing that. To New York Life, hit me up on LinkedIn. Like I maybe threw a photo up in like my bio, and that was it. Like I really didn't even have all that filled out. So they found me and went from like a potentially doing a life insurance role to my life insurance took care of my dad's funeral expenses. And I was like, holy crap, this is a big deal. And like right away, a light bulb went off. I kind of found my second career, and yeah, it went from there.
And so, what was that like having life insurance come in? Because I don't know. People seem to be under the illusion that we have time. And hell, I mean, I'm only 27, man. I say I'm 27 years young all the time, but I, death has its foot on my neck. Like I can feel its presence the longer I'm here on this earth, and it's like we don't really have much time when you think about it. By the time you're 27, I think you've lived 10,000 days or something like that. It's just what does the average human live? 30 to 40,000 days? 35,000 maybe, the
I think
average.
so. Yeah.
And so you really don't have many days left. And so make
No.
go get some life insurance. I don't care if it's from me, Travis, whoever. But like, yeah, the dude who just went and spent 2 grand on rims and tires. go make sure your family's protected, because life insurance
Yeah,
isn't about you. It's about what happens to the people you claim to love. And the last thing you're going to want to be as a man is someone who your family's at your funeral and they're all going to ask, hey, where was his life insurance policy? Oh, he didn't have any. Imagine how everyone's going to look at you. And am I guilt tripping you right now? 100%. I'm not going to lie. I know
yeah,
guilt drives men. We know we feel bad when we should have mowed the yard yesterday and we didn't. So I'm going to guilt trip the shit out of all of you. Call me manipulative. I don't care. So,
yeah.
Travis, what are you helping with people now? So you're assisting you're assisting service members in transitioning out of
Yeah.
veterans group into their personal policies.
Well, I'm taking because they go from while they're serving, every service member has it's called Service Member Group Life Insurance (SGLI). Now this is cheap. It's like I think I pay like $32 a month for like $500,000 death benefit. So it's very cheap, but you have it while you're in. Same like employer life insurance, you know.
Yep.
And then they got 4 months after they get out or retire to transition to a commercial policy or veterans group life insurance. So I'm mainly on LinkedIn messaging them as they post, hey, transition service member retiring next year, whenever. I hit them up, hey, I recently retired in life insurance, and got any questions? I'm here to help. And Deb, I do one webinar a month. I also have a financial advisor that helps out because they have a thrift savings plan, which is like it's kind of like a 401k for military or 401k IRA for military, and they can either roll that over. So we talk about that as well. So yeah, mainly I do one webinar a month. I'm mainly messaging people on LinkedIn, Facebook, and trying to catch them before they get out to spread the knowledge of like, hey, veterans group life insurance is not where it's at, and then also talked about like living benefits and some of the other features of the new life insurance.
Well, the sad part for you, Travis, is all of us dudes think we're invincible for the most part, and
Mm.
unfortunately, we're not. So we get all old and decrepit and start walking around on walkers, and then our grandbabies have to take care of us and wipe our poo. So it's pretty funny. Well, hopefully, we all have daughters that take care of us when we're old like that, and don't hold it against us. So this has been really valuable, Travis, for the agents and agency owners listening who want to learn more about what you do, or service members who are about to retire. Tell us who's a good fit to work with you and how they can get in touch.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook. I, I am horrible remembering my URLs and everything.
No,
Give me
I'll put all your URLs and stuff down below in the
okay.
description. Who's a good fit to work with you?
Yeah, I mainly focus on veterans, but I definitely help anybody and everybody. So definitely main focus is veterans, but yeah, like I said, anybody needs life insurance. Everybody should need life insurance. If you're working and definitely get family and kids, yeah, hit me up.
Fantastic. We're going to wrap up here. You guys go comment down below. Thank you to Travis Wesley for sharing his story on how he transitioned in life insurance, took care of his family when his father was unfortunately no longer here. So, and condolences to you, buddy. For
Thank
those
you.
of you interested in learning more about Travis, or if you're a service member and you're about to get out, you're about to retire, I'm telling you, this is of vital importance before it costs too much and there's nothing you can do about it when you get older. Take care of it now, knock it off your to-do list. You'll never have to worry about it again. And I can tell you, it's like a huge weight lifted off your shoulder, and it doesn't feel like death has his hand on your neck saying, I'm coming for you. So, if you'd like to be a guest on Policy and Profit, we're always looking for successful insurance agents and agency owners doing at least 10K a month in commissions who have unique strategies and stories to tell. So, you can apply at the link down below in the description or the link pinned in the comments. And one more time, if you want to stop chasing leads and start booking qualified appointments with people who actually want to buy insurance, go grab our free booked and banked blueprint at writemorepolicies.com/blueprint. Until next time, keep building that commission machine, my friend. Travis, you crushed it, man. Great job.